Hello, this video is about what you need to know before voting on an Onondaga County Ballot Proposition 1 2025. My name is Lisa Lehman, and I am the 17th Ward Democratic Committee Chair. And in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about Proposition 1 in Onondaga County. The text of that is that you are being asked to vote yes or no to the following: imposing term limits of 3 consecutive terms and changing county legislator terms from 2 to 4 years, effective in the first general election for legislators held after January 1st, 2026. So, a couple of things going on here, two distinct things. The first is about term length, and the second is about term limits. So starting with term length, the current term is 2 years. This is the same length as district level city council members. The council president and at-large members in the city each serve 4-year terms, but district level city council members serve 2-year terms. However, on the county level, most county positions have a 4-year term, and so this would bring county legislature in line with that. The argument for a 4-year term is that in a 2-year term, legislators have to spend half their time campaigning and raising money. This can cause them to prioritize maybe short-term optics over long-term strategy, and it doesn't give them that much time to learn the job and be effective at it. So the idea is a 4-year term would allow lawmakers more time to focus on legislating and less time on fundraising and campaigning. The argument against this is it's sort of obvious that if your legislator does something that makes you really mad, you have to wait longer to vote them out. But just being real here, we don't do that very often here in Syracuse and Onondaga County. So um, if that's a factor in your thinking, it's not typical that we vote out incumbents after 2 years. So that's the term length. So for term limits, currently there are no term limits. And for the new proposal, it's pretty weak, I'll be honest. As term limits go, they're pretty weak. The new term limits would start the clock new in 2026. So if someone has been serving 10 years already, new clock, they can serve another 12. It's also only consecutive. So you could serve 12 consecutive years, take 4 years off, and then run and serve another 12 years. Um, but currently there are no limits, and this is something. And so what, if we're going to start from somewhere, this is somewhere to start, is the argument. And um, as I mentioned before, it is pretty hard for people locally to vote on incumbents, partially because it's so gerrymandered. The county legislature is very gerrymandered. There are seats that are safe for Republicans and there are seats that are safe for Democrats. And the result is that once you win one of those seats, if someone wants to unseat you, they pretty much have to beat you in a primary. Um, Hopefully we'll get fairer maps going forward, but this is what we have right now. Um, so a question that occurred to me and that may have occurred to you is, are term limits needed? Is this addressing a real problem? And I dug in so you don't have to. I looked at data going back a long time, and what I found is that most people don't even want to serve that long. I think it's pretty typical for people to serve a term or two. But I did find some notable exceptions to that. So starting with a few Democrats who served a long time, Monica Williams served 12 years, Linda Irvin served 14 years. And then we've got a bunch of Republicans. Casey Jordan served 14 years, David Knapp 14 years, Kevin Holmquist 16 years, Robert Warner served 21 years. And then William Meyer served 23 years. Mark Stanzik, who was a Democrat at the time, served 31 years from 1982 to 2013. So there are definitely some people who are serving very long term or have in the past in the Onondaga County Legislature, and this would prevent that from happening in the future. So what's the case for term limits? Basically, I think the obvious, it would make it more likely that we'd get fresh blood running for these seats and less likely that maybe we would keep electing folks who are in danger of becoming complacent. The Syracuse newspaper recommended voting yes for this reason. The case against if this is enacted and you really like your legislator and you think that they've grown very effective with years of experience, you'll lose the option of reelecting them. So I would say in summary here, if you care about term limits, this is your opportunity to have some imposed. They're also wrapped up with a switch to a 4-year term. If you don't like that part, you have to weigh which you think is more important, the term limits or the term length. Um, in my personal opinion, I think this proposal is a good start on some reforms. On the whole, I will probably vote yes because I think that 4-year terms are not unreasonable, and I think that term limits of some sort are probably a good idea, even if these are not particularly strict. If you have decided which way you vote, please let me know your reasoning in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And if you think I forgot anyone, so I did go back into the 80s to get this information, but if you think I missed anybody, put it in the comments, please. I would love to know if there are other long-serving people who I missed on this list. And as always, if you found this content useful, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.